Hello, I want to show my build for perfect Phrecia event. So the build idea is to use double channeling spell with casual channeling that casts other channeling spell. So double damaging spells in one 6 link here. And casual channeling is often used with Cyclone or something like that. And this build comes with the idea that two spells deal damage that are connected, and two spells are important, so I think it's something event unique. I tried to make something like this earlier, but I think my game knowledge back then wasn't good enough, so this is first time when I think it is really good. Defense is really nice, and I have a lot of small layers. This clear is really good. I have some explosions from these nodes, so a lot of sparks comes out, and single target is also really nice. I have some issues with calculating the damage correctly, so if I look at my path of building, you can see I have this amount of damage, but honestly I have no idea how to calculate it, correctly, because as the name of the skill says, this spark is unpredictable, so I don't know how many hits we did with this spark and how many spark we need to count, so also Stormburst is hard to calculate, so if someone can help me to better estimate this damage, I will be very grateful. But I think it is possible that with the lack of a lot of spark hitting enemies, the dot cap is really close, or even I capped the dot cap. So yeah, let's overview the build. The main idea comes from the Phrecia Ascendancy, of course, to the most efficient use of the Toad Pact, because you get a lot of burst speed, area of effect, and skill effect duration. So my two skills of you that I choose, Spark of Unpredictability has longer duration than normal Spark. So with the all of duration scaling, I get up to 11 seconds of duration. Also, Starburst is known from great scaling with duration, because exploding orbs deal 75% of the skill damage for 0.5 seconds of remaining duration. So if I channel my orbs, I think I can channel up to 40 of them. I can then explode them, and this is huge poison stacks from these explosions. So yeah, I say it's really comfy because look, kinda sparks do all damage around, and you can concentrate the one enemy with the storm burst. So really, I really like this playstyle. So of course you get also pro speed, so Spark obviously really benefit from that. And maybe Spark of Unpredictability is not that great with a lot of pro speed than that other Sparks, but still I feel like it help. Especially in clear, the pro speed is really good. For single targets, I think maybe some tech with low pro speed may be good, but I still like getting a lot of pro speed on the Spark, and it feels good. So yeah. Area of effect obviously helps with clear, with storm burst, with my auras, with temporal chains, and it's really nice also. We get pandemic, so we get a lot of more damage multiplier with downside of 5% life per second. And if you can see, if I cast spells, I lose a lot of life because I use life tap with my setup. So how we sustain our life? The answer is leech. We get a lot of leech from this lovely Watcher Eye with damage reached as life, and some damage multiplier with Malevolence, and it's necessary to get some life reach. I earlier used this belt with lightning damage reach as life. I think there's 2 rings that give something like Damage against shocked enemies reached as life, and there's also one more link that ring that gives some leech. Also, I think on the Warlord amulet you can get lightning damage leech as life, so you can also try to do that. You need some life leech anyway. Also on cluster jewels, I think you can get this, so you have a lot of options to go for. Unfortunately, you can't get this on gloves because our glove slot is occupied by unique sort of gloves to poison enemies. We can also grab spell damage leached as energy shield with 10% of leech is instant, and as you can see we have a lot of projectiles, a lot of hits, so our leech is ultra effective, and in combat our sustain is great. I also get some life leech. I have 200 over life leech, so it also feels nice to have some. We got only life leech from gear, so if I look on my ring, I got a lot of life regen from this. You maybe have it on helmet, boots, belt, you need it somewhere. I got this on my ring. I also run low level vitality to also get some extra life regen. And basically, leech is how we sustain our life. The next node gives us malediction. So malediction is debuff that makes enemies deal less damage and we deal more damage. It's really nice. Just a generic good node. And also we get reservation efficiency, of course, aura skills, and we use, as I said earlier, temporal chains. It's really nice to have temporal chains cast as aura around us, because it's nice defensive layer, because it slows down enemies around us, and also it makes it helps with our damage, because we can apply more poisons of them, because poison lasts longer with this debuff, so it's really good to have this as aura. We also, if you can, as you can see, get some increased effect of curses on small nodes, and we also run enfeeble on hit with our gloves, so we have really nice defensive setup with these two curses, and we also have malediction, so enemies are strongly debuffed, so it's really strong defensive layer as it turned out. Yeah. Coming to the next node is Felfen, because he uses these two curses. I get +1 curse from Whispers of Doom. And we don't run Despair on anything to lower enemies resistance, so this node that set up enemies resistance to 0 is so nice, because we can invest it into defense with our curses. And kinda cringe is that we lose some chaos resistance that we get from small nodes, but I still found a way to turn out this into some benefit from our build, because I'm using this amulet, Ulnetol, with extra support jump for my chest piece. Then I don't care about minus chaos res on this amulet, so we can found a cheaper one, and it's turned out that really good, because it affects 2 our skill gems, this one support gem, and we don't have a lot of support gems that give this some increased damage to our gems, because we need to cast white channeling. We also get storm 2 skill gems. We also get more duration and life tap. So basically only this support gem gives us some damage, maybe life tap also. We also have over 18 seconds of duration of life tap, so it's also some damage, but we don't have a lot of this. So this extra 1 support gem with +1 level also on this is really nice. I earlier used just simple amulet. I don't know if I can find it. Yes, I use something like this with +1 level, multi life. You can also go for something like that. Okay, I think it's all with our Ascendancy. So maybe let's talk about jewels. because they are so important for our damage. I use the classic setup with Unnatural Instinct and the Light of Meaning. And we get a lot of increased lightning damage. You can also go with the Light of Meaning with increased chaos damage. And it's so important because if I go to the path of building, where I get this path of building, and if I turn out these two jewels, my damage goes down really low because you don't have a lot of increased damage elsewhere. So I think it's really important to go with something like that. Okay. And Unnatural Instinct is so strong here, because it's always strong here, and we also benefit from this Curse Wheel, for example, because we get extra mana reservation efficiency for our temporal chains with Blasphemy, and so fist damage, we also deal some fist damage, so it's also nice. So this Unnatural Instinct is crazy strong here. The next jewel is Glorious Vanity with this Corrupted Soul Keystone. It's really nice for defense because we can play hybrid character and split up our damage to energy shield and life pool. Get some extra energy shield with this keystone, nearly 1000, so really strong. And so important is that we also get this Ritual of Shadows nodes, which gives us a Wither generation on enemies. And it's so important to get a Wither generation somehow, and this is one way. I think you can go for Unholy Might on crit on the Cluster Jewel. I also either use just Withering Touch, because with our duration stacking, skill effect duration, the Wither from Withering Touch lasts around 9 seconds or something like that, so it's also really comfy to play with that, because with 2 casts you can easily apply maximum Wither stacks that last long, so it's also an option. But getting this is free up one socket, and it's easier because you don't have to press the button. So yeah, I really recommend to find it. This jewel is one of the first that pop up on trade, and just copy it to the path of building and found out, oh okay, that's work enough for me. So I think you can optimize it further with calculator for timeless jewels. I think there is a tag with the impossible escape with Mind over Matter. So you can grab maybe some nodes like this with increased damage over time, increased skill effect duration, and you can find some more useful nodes around the Might over Matter. So there is some tech. I like this. I don't try to search something else, because this jewel also gives me some prod speed, some non-curse aura effect, some elemental resistance on small nodes, so I really like it, and I don't feel to changing that. Also, we play Elemental Overload. It's really strong for any elemental damage poison setup. So I think it's one of the things that makes these setups powerful. So yeah, really good. Okay, so we have some duration scaling there. Of course, duration there. We got more duration there. Some spell suppression, some aura stuff. On the rest of the jewel, I cap my poison chance. And get some generic stuff like lightning damage, damage over time, and poison duration, corrupted blood immunity of prod speed, increased flask duration, and increased damage with poison. So yeah, some generic good stuff. I think that's all that comes with passive tree. I get also a pierce there for spark. I can grab later prod speed, status if I'm not really important. I have some free attributes to use to grab, so evasion, I think so, prod speed, so you can use that if you have some free attributes. I want to get more levels because I need to get rid of some nice nodes like this effect of non-curse auras, like this faster poison, like Ghost Dance. I choose to go with the Flask on crit. I think I will change that because I will tell about one tech later with the Lightning Bolt, but okay, I will tell about this later. So yes, there's a lot of potential in with the next level to grow up in power, because you can grab so powerful nodes with extra levels. Okay, talk about the gear. So we get this weapon with dot multi, a lot of flatlining damage, +1 level of spell skills, and I think it's more efficient to craft a +2 level dagger with dot multi. But I get really lucky with the essence spam on this fracture base, so I get just prefixes cannot be changed, scour orb and multimod. The interesting part about this wand is the tech with the lightning bolt on crit. So this thing I wanted to tell about earlier. So the thing about this, it's really cheap craft. It costs only 10 bound runes. So it's really cheap, and it can be supported by support gems in your weapon. So you basically get Killing Strike on crit and Blight on crit. So some extra utility by really low cost. I really like it. I don't saw anybody using that. And I think for the price, it's really nice enchant, and we don't have a lot of good things to choose from. I think the only really alternative for this is flat lightning damage or flat chaos damage, as I prefer to go with this lightning bolt setup, because it also help up to have more hits and apply more wither stack, and it's also so small extra poison stacks, it doesn't really matter, but I like it. And I got also power charge on crit, but I think my crit chance is too low. Maybe with the quality it will be better to generate these power charges, because my idea was to because our our trigger rate with this cooldown is good enough with our hit rate, but this crit chance for lightning bolt is too low to activate power charge on crit, so I will use, I don't know, energy leech. I think I will sub for that, because my idea was to use this mastery with flask charge on crit, and I think it's still good enough even without power charges. We got power charges from this node in mapping anyway, so I think I will stay with that, but I can refund it for faster poison. I still thinking about what is what is the best option, or maybe I can get more levels, so it will not be problem there. Okay. So yes, I really like this setup with lightning bolt. Okay, maybe going next to the armor. I got this. I get this body armor with haste enchant with more defenses, increased explicit defense modifier, and perfect armor and energy shield roll there. So I think it's really cheap because armor energy shield base is not really popular, but I really high value this because of the PDR we can get on this. So I just did reforge this on harvest to get PDR and some good stuff, and I was lucky to hit great increased armor and energy shield values on the prefixes. Also crafted some flat energy shield. I also get some extra elemental resistances, so really a lot of the defenses comes from this chest piece. Also, impieces are so important because we get our endurance charge generation, endurance charge every 14 seconds, and you can see I have perfect uptime on this in hideout, so it really works well with my charge duration mastery with the 100% increased duration. So yes, great tech to get easy endurance charges. And I also get some fist conversion there, 10%. It's really it's okay. Speaking of armor, it's kind of similar to the body armor. I go for the armor evasion rating base and spam Reforge Fist to hit spark suppression with PDR and I get tier 3 and tier 2 of these modifiers, and the suffixes cannot be changed to get some defenses or life. I was lucky to hit tier 2 life. Also, the crafted gain lightning damage as extra chaos is so nice for us. It's a lot of damage, so I got maybe 2 death mods with increased armor and block recovery, but we still get a lot of power out of this shield. Yeah, and it's synthesis based because I think it was cheap to find anything useful on the synthesis basis. So I just look for any implicits and found this life on block, and it's some extra defense. I earlier use the shield there with just more armor and evasion rating, and it's also nice. But I think this extra life and life on block is nice. We get some where is it? Some spell block and attack block with the Tempest shield, so some extra small defense layer. Okay. Next go helmet. We got spell suppression. We got also spell suppression on our boots. So we got cap spell suppression. We got some life, some attributes, and also I really like to getting some armor and evasion rating. So I have some strong defenses on helmet because maybe it's not really high value, but I get around 11,000 evasion rating and 8,000 armor. So it's extra small thing for our defense. I also really appreciate this evasion rating because it's more effective on our build because you use enfeeble, which gives enemies less accuracy rating and blind with our lightning bolt. So the enemy's hit chance is lower, so our evasion is more effective. So I think it's really good to go with maybe more evasion and maybe then grabbing Ghost Dance. I think maybe this setup will be better than going for kind of hybrid things, because for fist damage we get 3 endurance charges, we get 7% PDR, 6% PDR there, we got 16% conversion on helmet and body armor. We get also, of course, our debuffs that I described earlier with curse setup. We get also flesh and stone, so and large hit pool. So I think this damage is mitigated well enough. So maybe going for the less armor, more evasion will be more efficient, but I usually like to go like something hybrid, and I'm really happy with the results anyway, so I can recommend that. Going from the ring, I really appreciate this damage they can recoup as life. I earlier go for the passive tree with this one node 6%. You can also find this on Jewel maybe, because it's kinda mitigate this downside of 5% life per second degen when you have been hit recently. So you get this degen and you get this recap, so it kinda helps to mitigate that. To mitigate that. So I really think some recoup is really nice on this build. Speaking of the belt, it's a really usual belt with life, energy shield, armor, resistances. On the jewel I get phasing, and some damage. Increased damage over time while holding shield, I think is the most important mode here. I will look to that. I have some extra levers on gloves to my auras. And I think steel skin is also really nice with increased duration because it lasts really long. I think if I cast it casts 5 seconds, so really nice. I think it's all about this build that I have to talk about. So thanks for watching, and yeah, have fun.